Check. And we live. What's poppin'? Wait till a few people get in here. You already know how this live works. Taking callers, taking listeners too. Welcome back to another edition of the Hayes and Ace podcast. You on live right now with Hayes. Follow us on social media, the Hayes and Ace podcast on Instagram, the Hayes and Ace Hayes and Ace 718 on Twitter. Um, Follow us on Spotify. Follow us, like, share, subscribe on YouTube, the Hayes and Ace podcast. Shout out to all the subscribers that we have. New subscribers, you are welcome to follow too. iHeartRadio, what's going on? Everybody that listens to this podcast, shout out to you, and I appreciate it. We appreciate it. We can only go up from here. You already know. Um, listeners. I want to give shout outs to Virginia, shout out to North Carolina, shout out to Jersey, shout out to Massachusetts, shout out to Florida. Everybody that's listening in them states, shout out to you. Appreciate you. Um, Also want to send a shout out to also want to send a shout out to where is it? Everybody that's listening in Michigan, everybody that's listening in North Carolina. Also, if I didn't say NC, shout out to you. And one from another country, whoever you may be, shout out to you. Shout out to the followers on here on Podbean. Shout out to Podbean also for making this happen. If you hear a notification in the background, that's the messenger going off. People don't know how to shut up while I'm recording. So today we will be talking to listeners. We'll be taking questions. We'll be talking about music. If you had a fantasy team of 5 people in the NBA, past, present, or all time, That didn't sound right coming out. All time present or in the past, who would you have on your team, NBA, to take you to the NBA Finals? SADAF. What's going on? Shout out. Welcome to the chat. Where you calling from? Are you from Iran? Okay. Follow the podcast, man. Follow the podcast. Shout out to Iran. Follow us on Spotify. Shout out to y'all following what's on here. You can follow us on YouTube. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio. Give pop points too if you want to contribute to the podcast. If you want to contribute to the podcast, please give pop points. It will be greatly appreciated to support the live and support the podcast for us to keep going. Any contribution would be great. Any contribution to the podcast would be great. So yeah, if you had 5 people to choose from in the NBA all time, right now, or in the past, that really doesn't sound right. Let's just say the past. Let's just say the all time and right now to choose from. Who would you have as your 5? Me personally, I would have point guard. Point guard, I would go. Even though Allen Iverson was a shooting guard, I would put him at point. Shooting guard, I would put Kobe. Small forward, I'll put Melo. Power forward, I'll put KD. Center, I'll put Shaq. That's who I have as my 5 to take me to the NBA Finals. If you could only choose 5 people. Listeners, who would you have in the podcast? Who would you have to your top 5? Who would you have if you had to choose 5 people? If you had to choose 5 people to choose from, past or present, in the NBA, who would you choose to be on your team? I'm taking callers. I'm taking listeners. Callers, if you have questions, if you want to talk, if you want to have a conversation, let me know. We'll make it happen. Guy in here is from Iran, man. That's crazy. I ain't even know people. I ain't even know y'all listen to shit like this over there where y'all at. Let's go. Let's go. Let's get more callers in here. Let's get more followers. Let's get more people in here in the chat. Let's get more people in here in the chat. Like, share, subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on iHeartRadio. Follow us on Spotify, Instagram, Twitter. Shout out to my sister too, Ace. Shout out to Jersey. Shout out to Brooklyn. Shout out to the Carolinas. If you want to contribute to the podcast, put them pod points in, please. You can contribute the pod points however much you want to subscribe to, however much you want to give. It would be greatly appreciated. See if he pick up the phone. And you get somebody in here. Let's go.
The mailbox belonging to.
Don't you hate when you call a motherfucker and they don't pick up and they act like they doing shit? They ain't doing nothing. You know, when you start dubbing they shit, then they gonna be like, yo, what the fuck? Why you don't hit me up no more? You ain't never answered the fucking phone. What's going on? Let's get some more listeners in here, man. Contribution list. Who wants to contribute to the podcast? Shout out to everybody that's been engaging with the podcast too. VTEX, VTEX. What's going on? Welcome to the chat. Where you calling from? If you want to do a call in, we can do a call in. If not, we can have a conversation in the comments, whatever. You got 2 people in here. You say 3 total, not including me. Two people in here. What's going on? Welcome to the welcome to the Hayes and Ace podcast. I am Hayes of the Hayes and Ace podcast. Sister can't be here right now. We planned on doing one yesterday, but somebody hung up on me. Um, yeah. Vitex, where you at? Where you calling from, man? Interact with the people. Interact with the people. Let's go. What's going on today? What's going on? What's everybody plans for today? What everybody is doing? New music that have dropped this past week. This weekend, Usher, Lil Jon, and Ludacris put out a new song. It's not new. It's new to us. It's an unreleased track called Sex Beat. I've been listening to it since they dropped it, and I like it a lot. I like that song a lot. Tory Lanez got a new mixtape out. That mixtape is fire. The mixtape is called The New Toronto 3. If you have not heard it, go listen to it. Future has a new mixtape after he drops a project. I didn't hear that, but if you like Future, go listen to it. 22 G's, check them out. I'll probably be listening to that after I get done recording this. Selena Gomez, if you like Selena Gomez. Yeah. Yeah, that was just a couple of new music genres. And some, maybe if you like to listen to them people, go check them out. Let's get some more followers in here, man. What's going on? Let's get some more likes. Let's get some more people in here. Hey, Vtex, if you want to contribute to the podcast, you could contribute to some pod points in the podcast. Joanna from the Can We Be Honest podcast, welcome. Would you like to be a guest? Call in. Where you calling from? I think I heard of that podcast too. I haven't listened to it, but I think I've heard of it. Callers, where you calling from? I got one calling from Iran. Got a couple more in here. Want to know where y'all calling from? Want to interact with my guest? Want to talk to y'all, pick y'all brains about certain situations, about certain topics. I'm just listening for now. Catch a break. I'm from Jersey. Shout out to Jersey. My sister's from Jersey. So yeah. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. When you catch a break and you're able to be a guest, a guest calling, I have a couple of topics that I got from my coworkers that I could pick your brain about from a woman's perspective, and maybe I could be a guest on your podcast one day. But we'll talk about that. The topics that I have in mind. I swear to God, I hate I don't never get notifications on my phone when I'm until I pod. Um, how long does it take to gain trust with a person? What motivates you every day to follow your dreams? Who is your biggest influence, and how do you feel if someone that you're feeling has a best friend of the opposite sex? Joanna, maybe you can follow the podcast too, please, if you can, if you will. And we're on Spotify. Got you. Thank you. I'm gonna follow yours. I'm gonna follow yours. Um. So yeah, those are the topics because I was in the group. I'm in the group chat with my coworkers, and I asked my coworkers. I was just like, "Yo, what would be a few good topics that I could talk about with the people? What do y'all think?" And bored out of our mind, they started hitting me with topics. I was just like, "Oh shit, yeah, this is gonna be great. Like, I could fuck with this." So yeah, want to pick y'all brain on that, and follow us on Spotify. Follow us on iHeartRadio. Follow us on YouTube. The Hayes and Ace podcast. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter. Got another got another platform to talk about, but we ain't gonna talk about it yet until it's etched in stone. It's gonna be a big one too, and I appreciate. And when this happens, it's gonna be a celebration in my Charlie Murphy, Rick James voice. But yeah, man. If you want to support the podcast, also, you should know to support the podcast. Hit them pod points. However much you want to contribute to the podcast. This is not a new podcast, but it's a new podcast for Podbean. Shout out to Podbean again for making this happen. And Podbean Live. Thank you. Joanna has sent the gift. First one ever. First gift. I appreciate it. We appreciate it from the Hayes and Ace podcast. I just followed your podcast too. Um, so yeah, I don't know if you watch the NBA, but if you're cool with the NBA, if you watch basketball at all, but I have another topic. If you had to choose five NBA players, past or present, to be on your team, starting lineup of five people to take you to the NBA championship, who would you have? past or present. This is point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and the center. You can only choose 5. Past or present. Earlier, I said Allen Iverson is a shooting guard, but I will put him at point. Then I said my 2 position would be Kobe. Small forward would be Melo. Power forward would be KD. And my 5 would be Shaq. Yeah, so that's my 5, and I don't think nobody is fucking with my 5. Unless you got a better 5, and then I probably have to make some adjustments and some tweaks. Jason Kidd, Reggie Miller, Kobe, Shaq, KD. Oh, I don't think that's messing with mine, but that's a good lineup. Reggie Miller, I hate him because he used to embarrass the team that I used to root for, the Knicks, until they started to break my heart, and now I'm a Nets fan. Shout out to Brooklyn. I'm from Brooklyn. I loved Reggie. I guess, yeah, yeah. Jason Kidd was a great player. He was a great player, but Chill Jelly, welcome to the group. Welcome to the group. I'm stupid. Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the Hayes and Ace podcast live show. My name is Hayes from the Hayes and Ace podcast. Where are you calling from? Ace, it could not be here right now, but yeah, I know the USA, but what city you in? And maybe you could follow the podcast also. Shout out to Missouri. If you could follow the podcast on here, if you could like, share, subscribe on here, if you could follow us on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts. Yeah, Reggie Miller, he was a good player. He was a good player. From what I've seen of him, I didn't get to see much of him, but I've got to see him. But yeah, I will put Kobe as my 2. I'll put AI as my 1. I'll put Melo as my 3, KD as my 4, and Shaq as my 5. Chill. If you had to, yeah, he was. Reggie Miller was sick with the 3s. Okay, you know what? Yo, whatever time you go on break, you might have to do this call in because we gonna have to talk about this. But chill. If you had to choose 5 players in the NBA, past or present, to take you to the NBA Finals, this is point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and a center. To take you to the NBA Finals, you can only choose 5. Who would you choose? While he's thinking about that, what do y'all think about them showing these reruns on ESPN and ABC, and they showing all these old games? I was just looking at a 2010 New York Giant game the other day. It was the Giants versus the Eagles, and I'm a Giants fan. And that game broke my heart because we was up. We was fucking them up. We was fucking the Eagles up. And Joanna's a Giants fan as well. Hey, look, yeah, we gonna have to talk for real. 2010 New York Giants versus the Eagles. That shit broke my heart because Michael Vick and Deshaun Jackson went off and we was whooping their ass. Hussein, welcome to the live group. live. That's a live group. The live chat. Follow the podcast, please. If you would like to contribute, if you would like to follow, whatever you want to do, much appreciated. Where you calling from? But the Eagles, we was beating their ass, and we was up. And when Matt Dodge punted that damn ball, and Deshaun Jackson caught it and ran it in for that game winner, I was pissed. I was looking like Tom Coughlin on that damn play. I was like, man, what the hell is going on? I was like, why would you do that? You kicked it straight to this guy. Like, it was no point. You know what? One of these days, I'm gonna have a conversation with one of these players that played for the Giants, and I'm gonna see what was going through their head that day when that happened. I really want to talk to that damn punter because he cost us that damn game. Even though we won the Super Bowl, I don't know if he won. And yeah, we won. Yeah, we ain't win 10. We ain't won in 10. We won in 11 and 12. But yeah, that hurt my heart for real. Joanna, I was talking to the followers. New music had came out. Tory Lanez got a new mixtape. This shit is fire. If you haven't heard it yet, go check it out. Yeah, Daniel Jones, I hate him. I don't like him at all. I can't stand him. What you think we gonna do for the draft this year? Before I tell you about this music that just dropped. Yeah, Tory Lanez had a new album. It's called The New Toronto 3. It's a new mixtape. That shit is hard. You gotta go listen to it. Can We Be Honest podcast? Nah, they're gonna have the draft. They're gonna have it. I want us to get Chase Young, but most likely he'll be going to the Redskins. And if we don't get Chase Young, we might as well get Isaiah Simmons from Clemson, linebacker, because we need a linebacker. And after we get the linebacker, Giants. I know y'all. Hopefully, y'all are listening. Somebody's gonna listen to this damn podcast. That's a Giant. Get somebody for the O line. I don't trust Daniel Jones, but get somebody to protect him. Yeah, you seen him in Orlando? Joanna says she seen Tory Lanez in Orlando when she went for vacation. Yeah, so does he really have a hairline or no? Yeah, I figured that. She said he's a great performer. Go check out the Can We Be Honest podcast. Joanna then came in and then she lived it. She lived it up a little bit. I appreciate it. He had a fitted on. Yeah, he had a fitted on. That mean he ain't got no damn hairline. Sue 35. Welcome to the podcast live stream. I almost said it again. Where you calling from? I don't trust your picture. Where you calling from, Sue? DC. Shout out to the DMV. You know how to edit? I might need help in the future with my edits. uh Originally, I'm from Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn. I currently live in Charlotte, North Carolina. I currently live in Charlotte, North Carolina. Yeah, and it's a group of ladies in my podcast, and we all on here. Shout out, shout out. Maybe y'all gotta be. Y'all could be some. Y'all gonna be the guests when y'all get a chance to be on this because yeah, I appreciate y'all coming in. I appreciate y'all listening. Sue, if you wanna follow the podcast, if you wanna like, share, subscribe on YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, it'd be greatly appreciated. Lena, welcome. Welcome to the podcast. Welcome to the live. Oh shit. Let me stop. I'm about to get hyped. Um, Keep it professional. Joanna that came in clutch with the with y'all coming in here. I appreciate that. I appreciate it. So, Sue and Lena, I have a question. If you had to choose 5 NBA players, point guard, shooting guard, small forward, power forward, and a center, from the past or the present, to be on your team to take you to the NBA championship, who would you choose? In the chat, you could see what Joanna said. I said I would put AI at point. I don't watch basketball. Oh, okay. Well, um, yeah, what JJ at? I don't know what that is, but shout out to JJ. Um, so let's do this. Mike, he said, she said Denise Rodman, Dennis Rodman, Mike, Pippen, John Wall, and Shaq. Okay. Yeah, I know all women aren't fans of basketball, but the WNBA doesn't get the credit that they deserve. And I watch the WNBA and I like the WNBA. They just don't get the credit they deserve. um, Rodman, I think Rodman was a power forward. I think Rodman was a power forward. We know Shaq was a center. John Wall is a point. Michael Jordan is shooting guard. Yeah, you're good. You had a good one. You got a good lineup. I still don't think it's fucking with my lineup, but you got a good lineup. Uh, Podcast on YouTube is the Hayes and Ace podcast. Same thing for Apple Podcast. Go follow us on Instagram. Follow us on Twitter, iHeartRadio, all that. Who's the best in their prime, Mike or Kobe? Ooh, see, I grew up on Kobe. I watched Mike a little bit. I'm 28. So I would have to say Kobe. I had to say, yeah, I had to say Kobe because when Kobe was coming in, Mike was on his way out. So I would have to say Kobe. I would definitely have to say Kobe. Be right back. All right, Lena. See you in a little bit. Bless light. Welcome to the group. Welcome to the live show, the live podcast. Ash, welcome to the live chat, live show. Where y'all calling from? Where y'all calling from? Lena wants to do a call and connect.
How you doing, Hayes? I just wanted to comment on this. I'm not sure I owed you. I'm 35, as my name suggests. I'm not really into the basketball thing, but I had brothers, so I kind of like lost the vote for the TV on that night. So I couldn't watch like Barney and shit like that. I had to watch the games. So yo, when I really like study people like that, a little bit I know like Mike is the great. And what makes Kobe your favorite is because Mike was his favorite. So I really like go back on YouTube sometimes and look at them like sometimes they give you like up close and personal where you can like hear them talking to each other
Uh-huh.
and they like schooling each other. And you know, like Kobe, rest in peace, awesome. But everything he was inspired by the great, you know what I'm saying? So even like Mike doing his interviews when he talk about that man Kobe, it's amazing to see somebody like to be inspired by you, but take your methods to the next level.
Yeah.
So most definitely, I'll give it to Mike just because like we're all inspired. Because even though Kobe is your man, you gonna go buy them Jones before you go buy some Kobe's, right or right? So it's something about that jump man in the air that just inspires people, and everybody want to be like Mike. And when Kobe came and was like, you know what, Mike inspired me, he took off
Kobe
with it
changed
like
the
80
game though.
points. Huh?
But Kobe changed
Say it again.
Kobe changed the game though. He
Most definitely. Most that I used to and then when I got like in my teenage years and I used to hang around with the little guys and stuff, so they be watching basketball and Kobe.
mm-hmm.
Like I don't know his name though. His name started with a P or something. He looked like he was African. What team he played with? Was it Dallas or something? Who it was like Pierce or something. Whatever his name was.
Paul
All I
Pierce.
know, I remember that game. And when the commentator spoke about it, he gave him excellent defense. But Kobe was just that much into the game and just dropped the motherfucking bucket in his mouth. But it was nothing you could do. Like Kobe, a monster, mo. The
Yeah.
Black Mamba, that nigga's a monster. So RIP, like the NBA, like when they talk about LeBron and everything like that, I think he's a great player too. But when you have that passion in what you do, man, Kobe, yeah, I'm gonna give you that one, Kobe. And I think Jordan agree with you
Yeah,
too. Like he
because
really took the game to the next level.
I grew up
I'm gonna go
like
ahead
I
and let you talk, and I'm gonna be down bottom, but I'm gonna hang up. All right.
that uh, yeah, that was cool. That was cool. Me myself, I grew up I grew up Kobe and I grew up Jordan just off of like just the little shit that I watched. I was born in '92, so I got to see a little bit of Jordan. But when I grew up watching Kobe, Kobe was a different monster. Kobe was a different animal. You know, dropping 81 on Jalen Rose, shit like that. And if a monster, man, he dropped 60 in his last game. He dropped 60 in his last game. Shaq went up to him before the game started and said, I need you to drop 50 for your last one. Kobe said, I do you one better, and I'm going to drop 60. And he dropped 60. Kobe is a different monster. I feel like Jordan would do. Jordan was a different animal. Jordan was a different animal for his time and his era, but I feel like Kobe had more of an impact than Jordan did. Um, Do LeBron? I can't stand LeBron. LeBron is an overrated player to me. I've never liked LeBron. When he came into the league, he was overrated. He's more overrated then than he is now. Kobe got 5, yes. Could have got 6 if him and Shaq would have got another one together, but he got 5. LeBron has 3 NBA championships. and he's 3-7 in the NBA Finals. And I feel like with that record and this, I don't care about your stats. What you do all around, you're not great. Like you're 3-7 in the NBA Finals. You had to chase a ring. Kobe never did that. Shaq never did that. Jordan never did that. Like, come on. Like, what we talk about here? Pash, what's going on? Chad, what's going on? Welcome to the chat. Welcome to the live show. Where y'all calling from? If y'all want to subscribe to the chat, subscribe to the podcast. We're taking some more callers. If you wanna have an input on this subject right here, if you had a top five, if you had five players, point guard, the center, to take you to the NBA Finals, who would you choose? If you want to get into it, do the call in. I want to hear your opinion on it. We'll talk about it. Joanna, I was talking to you about the new Tory Lanez mixtape. The new Tory Lanez mixtape. That shit is hard. And he did his thing on this one. He dropped it on his birthday. Tonight, Instagram Live, 9:00. Tune in. DJ Premier versus the RZA, Wu-Tang Clan. 9:00, Instagram Live. Tune in. We gonna see who the best producer is. The RZA versus DJ Premier. Cody, what's going on? Welcome to the group. I'm gonna say welcome to the group. I gotta stop saying that. Welcome to the live show. Welcome to the live podcast. Where you calling from? Like, share, subscribe, tune in. If you wanna contribute to the podcast, you can contribute by giving us pod points. Thank you for coming in here. I appreciate everybody that's in here. And I appreciate everybody that's contributing to the podcast as well. If just with a like, if it's just with us, just a share button, whatever it may be, I appreciate y'all a lot. If you want to contribute, you can contribute with the pod points. Doing this from now on. I'm trying to get a set day on when we doing this. But as of right now, most likely we'll be probably doing this 2 to 3 days out of the week. And seeing that most of y'all have already followed, you all will be getting a what's the name? A notification for when we come in and when we get on. And everybody that comes into the live chat, everybody that comes into the live show will be hearing this. Just a celebration a little bit. Celebration a little, I'm trying to get in my Joe bag, my little Joe Button bag. We got the little drops a little bit, a little something. Follow the Can We Be Honest podcast. The great supporters. Just with a like, follow anything that y'all will want to do. Like, share, subscribe to theirs. We gonna get we gotta do a podcast mashup one day. That'll be fire. As if I get my sister on the phone, it'll be good. Definitely. But I think I'm doing all right holding this down by myself for right now. What y'all think? Okay, because I'm, I don't like doing it. I don't like talking to if I talk by myself, it feel like I'm talking to myself. So like it's good to have the interaction that I'm having with y'all, and I appreciate it. So let's go. I have a topic. Let's talk about. I don't like hearing my own voice. That's the only thing. Sue says she loves that feeling. I'm a weirdo, but I don't like hearing my own voice. Sometimes I'm getting used to it now because my cousin tells me I have to listen to my own voice in order like to get used to hearing the playback and how it sounds to learn how to get better at it. So let's have a. I got a topic. How long does it take to gain trust with a person? Me myself, I feel like it's depending on. I can't say depending on the person. I can't. Um, if you really feeling the person, if you really feeling the person and you really like the person, you want to see where it goes with that person. I want to say at least 3 months. Yeah, trust is earned is definitely not given. Sue wants to do a call in.
Yeah, I'm so
Yeah,
sorry. It takes too long for me to type my response, but I just want to say like
you
um
good.
it takes you have to go through experiences with that person, and then you'll start to point out if this person is trustworthy and if you can be, you know what I'm saying? Because I had this
Yeah,
friend, my podcast is called Returning Citizens. So I met a lot of great people, bad people as well, but some great people while being incarcerated. And
hmm,
one of my closest friends, and we're close now, we're both out, they're thriving. I'm on a road to, you know what I'm saying, succeeding and stuff like that. But certain situations occurred, and the way that she handled things, I was like, oh man, you are a person. So over that time frame of us, certain things happening, how we handle things, I think one time I was gone, and I had to trust this person with my valuables, like my TV, Xbox, and all this stuff. And sometimes in that situation, that's when people come and your stuff is not really guarded, and they go in your stuff and they steal your stuff and stuff like that. And other people mislead your roommate or your cellmates and say, well, she said give me this, or she said I can have this and stuff like that. In that situation, he was like, I wasn't doing nothing until I heard from you personally. So that
yeah,
right there, that's an example of how I was like, oh, this person really deserves the trust, I guess.
yeah. My with my experience, I want to say it takes at least. I gotta have at least 3 to 6 months, just because of the situations that I've dealt with, like as far as relationships, or even not even just relationships with friends, because I don't have too many friends. I have associates, and ones that I call my friends, they can be trusted, and you should. It's an honor to be called friend. It's a privilege. It's not given. What do you what do you think about, let's say, I told you my IG is red haze underscore 718. My Instagram, Sue, you could take this too if you want. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My podcast Instagram page is the Haze and Ace Podcast. My Instagram is red haze underscore 718. If you want to follow, like, share, subscribe. YouTube, same thing. Haze and Ace Podcast, all that. I'm gonna type it. Don't worry about it. I got you. Um, Another topic. How do you feel if someone you feeling has a best friend of the opposite sex? How do you feel if someone that you're feeling has a best friend of the opposite sex? Depends on the situation. No. Okay. Taking more callers if y'all want to call in and give y'all opinion. If it takes too long to type it, just hit the call in button. So,
Yo,
uh, another topic would be, how do you feel if someone you feeling has a best friend of the opposite sex?
pondering. It's natural, I guess. I've been in situations like that. Yeah, you might get a little jealous, you know, but it all takes. It depends on the situation, you know. Naturally, you might start off a little jealous at first, and maybe that changes once you get to know the environment and their connection. If it seems sincere and innocent, you may, you know what I'm saying, ease up a little bit with the jealousy. But naturally, I think everybody a little like, hold up, wow, what's this relationship right there? Like, so,
Yeah,
but I
like,
think going off my parents, some old heads, like, my parents are amazing at it. You know, they were married for the 20 plus years. They divorced. She's been uh, married again. She married again. She was with her current husband for 17, 16, 17 years. And they're still best friends. They still come over and talk and everything. So I think it's a maturity level that you reach some point in your life. I don't think I've reached that completely.
okay. See, I'm toxic as fuck. So, like, I know me and I know how my mind works. So, it's not this, it could be good if I know the person. If I don't trust too many people. So, I'm just not gonna go off you saying, yo, that's the homie. Nah, and see, now I gotta see this person. I gotta get this vibe from this person because, you could just be telling me this just to tell me. Like, I'm a show me type of person. With me in a relationship, I'm gonna tell you what you need to hear and not what you want to hear. If I tell you what you want to hear, then I'm lying to you. That's how I feel. That's just me. But I'm 28. What would I know? But yeah, like, that's how I feel about it. I feel like I mean, I gotta get a feel of that person. I gotta know how that person is. I can't just go off of what you say because I've been in situations where I've people told me one thing and then it ended up being another. And then, me being toxic, I end up spazzing out and then somebody ends up have to be fucked up. And, you know, that's just me. Everybody in the group, what do y'all think about it? Lunar, welcome back. Uh, the topic right now, Lunar, is how do you feel if someone that you're feeling is best friends with somebody that's the opposite sex? Um, yeah, that's she said, huh? Uh, go to the live show button so that way I could ask you. Live show. Go to the call in button. Do call in so that way I could ask you. But for everybody else, the question is, how do you feel if someone you feeling has a best friend of the opposite sex? A woman has to be really secure in her own place. See, this is where I feel like I'm being jumped because I need my sister to back me up. Something because uh, I feel targeted. I'm playing. I'm playing. I don't feel targeted.
I think I was just sitting here pondering. I think you're a little more hesitant of the situation because I've dated men before, my child's father, and
Yeah.
I've experienced where sometimes men, and I think women do it too, so I don't want to sound biased, they use that friend term as a way to manipulate the situation. Like, I'm clearly your child's mother. We're in a relationship, but then somebody comes to me and tell me, like, they said y'all was just friends. Like, are you serious? So it's really on the other person as a woman to be able to realize the
Yeah.
situation. Like, I'm here all the time in his bed. We're going everywhere together. Come on
Right.
now, use your common sense. So, and it's really important that women and men, like, if you notice it, sometimes you're just in it for one particular reason, but especially talking to my other women out there, when you know it may be a situation when a person is just trying to like manipulate the situation and tell you things you want to hear and mislead you, and you see that they have a family over here and this woman is trying her best to keep her family on the right track, like, even if it's
Mm.
hard to tell that woman, because sometimes trying to be the voice, like, your man just came to me crazy, that starts confusion and puts you in a bad spot because he may, like, oh, she hates, she don't want to see us happy. But you as a woman just be like, you know what I'm saying? I'ma just, no thank you. You feel me? I've been in them situations a couple of times where a person that I knew that they was involved with somebody tried their hand, and just the woman that I am, I was like, oh no, no thank you. And I kept it to myself because I felt as though it was no need to say anything because I handled the situation.
Okay, that's a good take. Lunar, what's going on?
What's up? How are you?
I'm fine. What's going on? The topic
Nothing much.
is
I'm trying to figure out. Like, are we? Okay, yeah. Please, yeah. Explain the topic to me because I might be a little bit lost.
yeah, you just came back. We was already on this topic. But the topic is how do you feel if someone you feeling has a best friend of the opposite sex?
Okay, so am I in a relationship with this person?
Uh However you feel. I want your take.
Okay. Well, I mean, okay, so I'm married, so I guess I have a bit of a different take on it. And honestly, I will say that I'm lucky enough to have someone that I fully honestly trust. And he has a few friends that are girls. You know, I have no issue with it. I mean, if you're going to be friends with someone, then who am I to stop you? You know, like I have no control over who you hang out with. But if it gets to a point, which he would never do this, I know that. But, if it ever got to a point where they got a little too close, yeah, I'd say something,
Okay. Yeah.
you
I
know?
I feel the same way. With
But like,
like females that I've dated.
yeah, but I'm not going to stop you from being this chick's friend if you guys are friends. I have no issue with that. You know
Yeah,
what I
and
mean? Like
especially if y'all was already friends before we got together, then that's not a
exactly.
problem.
Most of his friends that are chicks are married anyways, so
Oh, see, shit, that's the best way to go. Goddamn, I have friends that's already
yeah.
married.
It's
But
just it's like, yeah.
yeah,
I hear what you're saying though. Like I can see how it could be like somewhat uncomfortable, but uh I think that's like saying more about a woman's insecurity than it is about a man's character when it's at that point.
oh, I'm glad you said something about character because I have a question. To get off that topic, to transition into another one, who is more toxic, men or women?
I think it's a balance. I think women can be more manipulative. I will be the first woman to say we can be manipulative bitches. Let's just be
Yeah.
real and honest here. But men also show it more in a like more physical way. Hey, ho, my baby. Hey,
Hey,
So I
my
feel like
girl.
it's
could
completely
you
balanced
Oh,
as
it.
turn
well.
your
It just
feedback
all
down a little
depends
bit?
on what they've grown up in. Am I still like matrixy? I'm sorry.
Could you turn your feedback
Depends on
down
what
just
they've
a little
grown
bit?
up in, and the environment they've grown up in. Have they been toxic? And I feel like it's an equal balance because everybody has grown up in some crazy shit.
I think that it can be. I think it can be balanced. I think that there's just different ways that each gender goes about it.
Agreed. I gotta find
Yeah.
Like I said,
Tenebos to see if that's why it's matrixy. I'll be back.
no problem.
Okay.
Yeah, like I said, like we can be more manipulative, so we're a little bit more sneaky about it. And we're more like psychologically, I guess manipulative, but men like they use brute force, they use their strength because they're obviously, men are physically more, bigger and stronger than women. It's just a
I've
statistical
seen
fact.
women that could beat the hell out of a man.
That's true, and I'm not saying otherwise. I'm just saying statistically, men are
Oh, okay.
stronger
Got you. I got
physically
you.
than
Yeah.
women. And women are very, very we're insecure creatures, and I was talking about this on my own podcast, The Lunar Eclipse, like a week ago maybe. Like we are very sensitive and naturally just self-conscious creatures. It's
So are you
just
still in here?
Yeah.
Okay, I wanted to make sure you're still in here. Okay, go on, Luna. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
no,
You
you're
could go
good.
ahead.
You're good. But yeah, I think we just have more of a sneaky psychological way of going about, you know, things like that. I don't know. I don't even know if I'm explaining it right. Like, does it make sense to you, Sue? Like, does what I say make sense? Basically.
Yeah, I understand your point of view. Yes.
Okay. All right.
See, I was having a conversation with yeah, it was my sister. Hey, Joanna. I'm gonna put Joanna on the call in, and then I'm gonna have to
Yay!
do that.
Hello, people.
Welcome.
Hello.
Hey,
How you
Joanna.
doing?
Hello.
Oh yeah, I got a comment. I think my bad. Before you go into your little thing or change the question, Hayes, I just wanted to say my point of view and my perspective about the women and the men being equally
Hmm.
balanced. It has to do a lot with how they was raised. Also, like you have to take into consideration that some men was raised without mothers. Then you have some women that was raised without fathers, and that plays a major part on their mental growing up.
You're right.
Yeah.
My bad.
My,
I had a
it's
phone
breaking
call.
up.
No,
Yeah.
I had a
Yeah,
phone
you're breaking
call.
up a little
Okay.
bit, Joanna.
Man, when I get on, they try to
Oh,
be calling me and stuff. They start to mess up my flow. Where I was
I
at.
hate that shit. I hate
Oh, but
that.
like I
It's
said,
damn colors.
how they was raised with without women without their fathers and men
yeah,
without, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
and as they grow older into that relationship status, they don't really know how to come at men. Don't know how to come at women, and women don't know how to accept a man for who they are because they miss that father figure or that mother figure in their life. But taking it further on, like it's equally because now you have women out here who are, I'm not all vouching for men, but you have women out here that do stuff that's worse than what men do. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you said, it has more to do with the upbringing as well. In that, if that, like in that case, because there's a lot of factors that go into each thing. Like you said, men grow up without a father or even a mother, and then same thing for women. But like I said, I think it's just like, the difference between how each gender goes about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm gonna follow your podcast, Lunar.
Thank you, friend. I'm following you as well.
Okay, and I appreciate it. Sue, you said you had your own podcast too, right?
Yes, returning citizens.
Oh, okay, is it in
What's
your
it about?
profile so I can follow it?
I'm new to this too, I guess. You'll find me on there one morning just ranting, going to Kanye West rant for 13 hours. You'll hear me.
Oh, okay. So,
Yes, Poetic has a really cool podcast too. Hers is the whole shift.
Yeah, that's the poetry. I gotta check that out.
Yeah, I
okay.
haven't really checked it out either, but I will
Poe's
soon.
fucking amazing.
So, how do y'all feel about? Because I was having the conversation with my sister Ace, and one of these days she's gonna be on the podcast so that way y'all can hear her too. And she was supposed to be on yesterday, but she hung up for some reason. But we was having a conversation because I was having a conversation with myself prior to the conversation with her, and I asked her. I said, "Why is it that us as men we're more dependent? If we all okay, we men and women supposed to be equal, right? If we,
Ooh.
To a certain
men and
extent,
women
I don't
to a
agree to
certain
that.
extent.
I agree
Okay,
to
thank you.
disagree.
I ain't
Okay,
hear the
agree to
question.
disagree. Hold on. I'm gonna let you answer it, but hold on. Let me get into my point, and then y'all could just give me your opinions on it. Um, because I was we was having a conversation, and I asked her. I said, "So if we're supposed to see women, if women could no, it wasn't the being equal thing. It was men could do the same thing as no, women could do the same thing as men. That's what it was. So if women could do the same thing as men, why is it that we're more dependent to cut the grass, take out the trash, do the dishes? It's supposed to be a 50-50 thing. And
It was
if
somebody named
men,
Ace.
that's not my sister. Somebody's
Oh, okay.
laughing.
I'm sorry. I can't help but laugh. I'm so sorry. And I'm not laughing, to be rude or a bitch or anything. I'm laughing because I wholeheartedly disagree with that statement. I mean, yes, men can do, dishes and everything like that, but I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna go out and fucking go lift 1,000-pound weight like the man across the street can.
No, no,
Like,
no. I'm not saying that men are better than women at anything. I'm just saying if we're more
oh no,
equal. I'm just saying if women could do the same thing as men could do, that I know that y'all
Can
can.
I comment?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think because it's been a whole like debate on like equal pay for women and men, and they could do the same thing. And in some situation, it's true. Like anybody could wash a dish. Like my 8-year old can wash the dishes. But
right,
it's some things like when you in sports, they tried so many times with the female football league and all that stuff, but it's never going to give you the impact of watching like men. Like men has a certain structure built, like they're
Facts.
right,
strong. You feel what I'm saying? So even if
Yes.
the women have their own league, it's more about sexes. Like you're
Hmm.
watching it because they're playing football in a bikini, not because the actual fundamentals of why you love football. You feel what I'm saying? So I think
Granted.
everybody got, it's just like women have are born nurturers. It's just
Yeah.
something that's in your DNA.
right.
You know what I'm saying? And men, I have amazing cousin in my life, and unfortunately, he has a deadbeat child's mom, and he's taking care of all 5 kids by himself. So I made sure that I say happy Mother's Day and Father's Day to him. It's things that we, you know what I'm saying, we could pick, but I still have to go
Absolutely.
and help and do the little girl hair, because it's just some things that he tries. But you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Some things that you need a woman for. So I think that both sexes have to make sure that they respect and honor that, you know what I'm saying, it's that you need
The
a
other
man. Like
side.
even me, I'm kind of mannish, like I told you, but it's certain things I could do. I could try, I could change a tire, I could do this, but it's just some things that I need a man for. Like if I see a bug, I'm scared and I need some man to come kill it for me.
Right. I'm not tall enough to reach that thing on the top shelf. Honey, I need you. I need your
Yeah.
tallness.
Yes,
Nah,
I agree.
but
I
And
agree.
the
with
other
with
yeah, and the
that
other thing is
with
just like we can't go like me like personally. I can't go out and play football like Sue was saying, but at the same time, a man can't do what I do and give birth. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly.
see, but
So
it
I think we
goes
have
on
to
with the
on.
same
I'm
thing that
sorry.
I said. It
Oh
goes
no,
on with
Ace. No, no, no,
goes
no, no.
on.
You don't understand. I cannot like oh man, my back is fucked up already. I cannot do that. No.
See, and that's me opposed to Lunar. Lunar, I don't mind. Like, I was raised with a father and a mother, and my father taught me to be independent as to how to change a tire or how to keep my car up to par and how to catch a football, how to shoot a gun. Like, all them things that a man,
Oh,
supposed
don't
to
get me
teach
wrong.
you.
I'll shoot a gun all damn day long. I have
Okay,
no
we're
issue
not
with
gonna
that.
incriminate
It's
each
just
other
the
on this.
physical aspect of it.
That was Lunar, Lunar. Okay, I don't know anything about this. Nah, but I was saying, I was
But I
I'm
definitely agree
thinking.
with Sue. Like, it's got to do with gender more so with the equal pay rights but us women we need to realize that we can't do everything a man can do.
But
Yes.
look, so that goes on with the sports thing that you was talking about because I was on here earlier and I when I was talking to y'all, I was saying that I feel like the WNBA gets less. They need more credit than what they're getting
I
because
agree.
them girls could ball.
They can. But is it
Hmm.
me, and correct me if I'm wrong? Is it the same setup on the court? Is the 3 point line shorter or is the ball smaller? No,
I
I'm real
don't
sure. I believe it
I don't
is.
know.
I believe
Like,
it is.
are
And
you asking, are there like modifications for
yeah,
women's
if I
sports
if I
compared to
played
men?
the I played a little basketball a little bit. I ain't too yeah, but I do believe like it's a girl ball and it's a man's ball. Just because like men have big old monsters. I mean, some men got some small hands
Some
like
women
Donald
got
Trump.
big hands too,
Yeah, I
Sue.
got big ones, but
Brittany
I got
Griner.
big hands too. But some like the average man, their built is just strong and they're more powerful. It's just like okay, I'm very mannish. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? But competing against a man, like fighting, like I'm not really gonna have a
Yeah.
chance. You feel what I'm
No, it
saying?
depends on you. It depends. A woman don't know her
That
strength, Sue. I done seen women knock niggas
that's
out.
more personal,
I,
exactly.
so you
'Cause
trying
yeah, 'cause
to say I got a chance with Mike Tyson?
Oh no, not with that. I'm just saying like
I
Exactly.
a
mean, no,
regular
actually,
street
honestly,
man.
yes, you do. Yes, you do.
You
Because
think so?
especially, oh
I'm
my God,
not gonna
yes.
see if that's
You know
true.
why? You know why? Because
Yeah.
he's bigger and stronger for you. Like if you're short and small like me,
Yeah, I'm
you
biting
could
his
like
motherfucking
duck
ankles.
in under. You don't even have to fight him. You could use his motivation against him, or his
I,
motivation. I'm an idiot. His momentum.
I understand that, but I'm saying like
But you
let's say
wouldn't,
okay,
right?
let's use it.
You wouldn't,
Let's use it in a
We not
fashion
saying
that
go
I
do it
understand.
though, because he might knock
No,
you the
I
hell
right?
understand.
out.
No,
You
yeah,
ain't. Hey,
you
I'm
I
not.
understand. I
I'm not.
grasp that part.
Um,
I grasp that part. But what I'm saying is, let's say, I come from a returning citizen background, and let's say a perpetrator of a man, like they usually attack things that they can manage. Like, don't get me wrong. I know some women out there that yeah, gonna put up a fighting chance. But I'm just saying, typically like a man usually it's just like okay, here go another better example. They take advantage of women when you go get your car repaired. When they see a man walking in there, he usually has a better chance of getting the best
I
deal because
agree.
they feel as though they know what they talking about. Soon as
I
they
can
see
see
the
that.
woman coming in there, they see it as a, oh, we about to get her, we about to tell
But
her this, she
Sue,
ain't gonna know.
that's
So
only if they know that you don't. If they believe that you don't know about the vehicle already. Because if you go in there,
Because
you telling them what
yes.
to do, they gonna be like, oh, we can't get over on her.
See, if Patricia went in there, I think her name Patricia, she's the NASCAR driver. If she went in there, just her background was going to give her respect because they'd be like, oh, she knows about cars. But the average woman typically don't know too much about underneath the hood. Now, I had a father who worked in mechanics and all that stuff, so I know a little bit. But I had a situation when I went to the dealer and I think I needed a fuel pump. And this man trying to charge me like $1,800. It was on me because I'm very cheap that I called another a Buick dealer shop and asked them how much was the part and how much was labor. And it was like he was charging me $600-700 over the price. But if I didn't take
Yeah.
that initiative, I would have been out $700.
Yeah, that's another thing that I'm not crazy about. People think that women are stupid. No, actually, no,
You know
thank
what's
you.
another thing?
I get
Another thing
called.
that I went on a lot believing that, I'm a single mother. I could raise, I don't need no man to raise
Said
my
I wish a
sons.
dealer would try to get over on me.
Um,
You
and
go,
I was
Ace.
wrong.
Say it again, Johanna. I'm sorry.
I said, no, it's cool. I said, the part where women sit here and make themselves believe that they could raise boys and to be great men. But in all reality, they really can't. They need that father figure there to teach them how to be a man.
It's
Yeah,
like it's iffy because I know a lot of wonderful men who were raised by women, but you got to understand they still, even though the mother was still in the house, they still had uncles or they still had cousins, so they still had that man figure around. Because I do believe it's collectively like a challenge to raise all kids, but I think some people get caught up on the fact
Yeah.
that it has to be your biological parents and stuff like that. Because I know my daughter doesn't, her dad's not really the most like stand up guy, but she has a wonderful grandfather and stuff like that. But it's nothing like,
Yeah,
I think right now she's going through the stage of like, just she's a teenager, she's 17, so it's important that her father there, so she feels kind of like a little left out and stuff like that. But when it comes down to support and somebody there for and giving her the guidance, it's definitely there. It might not be coming from the person she wanted to come from, but she has it.
Yes, yes, I truly agree. I'm gonna have to jump off real quick because I gotta take this call, but I'll be right back.
all
All
right.
right.
Thank you for coming in.
No problem.
yeah. For me,
Um,
like, I mean, I think like I. This is why I keep going back to women and men can do kind of the same things. Like
I got you. Yeah, I'm sorry. I
Hey,
didn't mean
Ace funny.
raising a kid takes a village. Raising a kid takes a family. I'll tell you what. Um, but what I was saying is that like this is why I'm kind of like going back and forth between like yes they can and no they can't, because like for me, like me and my husband, we both, you know, uh are very very adamant about protecting like our home, you know.
yeah,
So if anything happens, I can pick up a I actually have a, well, it's my husband's, but he lets me use his 410 shotgun, and I am not afraid to use it if I have to. If I have to protect my family, because I was raised in a single in my mom was a single mother, so she was always like my first line of defense. And you're goddamn right, I'm gonna take a shotgun to your face if you try to come in. The locks on my door are for your safety, not mine.
yeah,
So like I can pick up a gun just like any other man and handle it and know what to do. I've seen 50, 60, 70-year-old guys who damn near shoot off their foot because they don't have proper trigger training.
yeah. The etiquette.
Kid,
The
mama,
etiquette.
someone's in the house, lunar mofo is about to. You're damn right. You're damn right. I'm pulling that hammer back and your face is gone, man.
Uh, let's talk. We're gonna make a transition because that was a good topic to talk about. I think I did good. I think I did good with that topic. Y'all did good as well. The I think I like doing the live shows. I might have to do this a little bit more. I had to hang up on the caller the other day though.
That happens sometimes.
Yeah, it was going where it shouldn't have went, and before I got out of character, I had to go ahead and do it. But we gonna
Oh,
change
I
the
yelled at
topic.
someone on mine. There's no shame.
What happened? What happened? Why you yelling?
Because he kept, he was being a creeper. Kept asking
Uh,
me like, he kept giving me compliments like, you're beautiful, your voice is, beautiful and blah, blah, blah. And then, which, okay, fine, whatever. And then he started asking my age, and then he started, um, asking just all kinds of questions. It was weird. Um, those are
yeah,
the people I turned
yeah.
to. Yeah,
Yeah,
it was
just
it
keep
was
it.
weird. And then
Yeah, you gotta.
he was like saying he heard me cooking, and he goes, I'm hungry. I'm like that. He asked me permission to go eat, and I'm like, fool, I know you are not asking me, because I'll just be like, just fuck around and be like, no. And I'm
Yeah,
like, I'm just kidding, whatever, I don't give a shit. And he took it too far. He goes like, like, oh please. He started like begging. I'm like, dude, stop, go eat. I don't give a shit. Go.
yeah.
He was
Look,
just
we
being a
gonna
creeper.
change the. We're gonna change the. We're gonna change. We're gonna switch gears. We're gonna change topics, and we're
Let's,
gonna talk about. Um, we're gonna have two closers. We're gonna have two closer topics because we're going on 1 hour and 26 minutes, and I'm gonna be back on here around 8 o'clock, and then we can finish.
I'm
We can
gonna
keep usually do another one.
yeah, I have I got another podcast that I typically go to, so I'm gonna go hang out with her really quick. Y'all have a great day, have fun, and good meeting you.
You okay?
All right, you have a good day.
So what's your closure?
The two closing
Be safe,
topics.
Lena.
The two closing topics would be who is your biggest influence? That's number one. And then after we talk about that, we're gonna go into the last topic, and then I'll be back at 8.
Well, I'll kick it off since I'm live and everybody else is probably going to type their response. Uh, who influenced me, right? My
Yeah,
biggest
who is your
influence.
biggest influence?
Well, first is God, of course. You know what I'm saying. And I have to give my thanks to my parents for guiding me in my faith and getting me to understand more. And then next, if I can go to like just celebrity wise, it's Lil Wayne. He really inspires me and influences me. Don't laugh at that. I love Lil Wayne. Don't laugh at that.
I was actually coughing, but
Okay.
okay. Mine. I would have to say I have two for the personal. I have two personal and then one celebrity. No, two personal and two celebrity actually. Um, the first one is God, of course, because I've had a long journey, like as far as just my personal life goes, just to get where I'm at now. And yeah, I wouldn't be here right now if it wasn't for him. And I know that's a cliche that everybody like to say, but that shit is real. But yeah, she said, Ace said, Lil Wayne, knock it off. Oh, she said I can't knock it. I said knock it off. Sorry.
Oh, your true fellas came out. It's okay. I understand.
uh, that's number one. My number two personal is my mother.
Amen.
Single mother. Well, she ain't single no more, but yeah, growing up, single mother of one, now three. I have a younger brother and a younger sister, 19 and 11. And, you know, uh, she did everything that she could, told us about God and you know, she from I get my hustle from her. Let's just say that. Coming from Brooklyn, and then living here in Charlotte now, I mean, I'm a hustler, and I get everything that I get from her. She taught me a lot about hustling and like as far as legally hustling. Make it clear. Legally hustling. Um yeah, get what you want. You can't, you don't sit on your ass for nothing. That's why I hate this damn coronavirus because I could be at work right now. Uh yeah, I get my hustle from my mother, I get my motivation from her. That's my two personals. My celebrity, I would say Jay-Z. And my other celebrity would have to be Nick Cannon.
Okay.
Nick Cannon. He slept on when it comes down to his business and his
His
nonsense. Just
business, yeah. He
like
definitely is.
everybody see Gigolo and they laugh at him, but my man's could go.
Hmm.
He could get that
Yeah,
money. But like
he definitely
with
can.
Jay, but like with Jay, I see it on a personal level with Jay. Even though I said celebrity for him because we both came from the same place. He's from Marcy, I'm from Bed-Stuy, but still, like he grew up without a pops. I grew up without a pops. Goddamn, he did what he had to do growing up. I did what I had to do growing up. But I see as far as that hustle and seeing where he comes in and he did his thing and he did his grind and now you're a billionaire and that's where I'm trying to get to. Hey Joanna, welcome back.
Hey, I just came to give my input because I don't like to type. I'm like Sue. That shit tiring to me. I'm not about
I
to do
hate
all that.
typing.
I might as well voice my opinion around here. But my big, I would
Hmm.
say God first because I'm a Baptist and I'm kind of mad that, we don't go to church now because of this whole pandemic. I love going to church every Sunday and I love to give him praise. Not only in church, but in my home. And secondly, I would say my mother, my father, my grandmother, because they support me through this journey. Like, I was a rough kid. Like, I done been to jail. I done sold drugs. Like, anyway, it's been a rough path for me. Like, and I believe my grandmother and they prayers is what keeps me here in this world. This,
Hmm.
um, and rapper wise, I would say Kendrick Lamar because
Yeah.
he like really messes with my intellectual. Like he is a very intellectual young man. So with that being said, there you go.
Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up. Um, we ain't no keyboard warriors, but we gonna read what Ace put.
Hey, let me tell you, you writing all that stuff. I can't do that. I'm sorry.
She said her mom because she taught her. Who want to read this?
It's an
It said
influences.
influencer.
My
Oh,
influencers. My nana, rest in peace. She taught me how to be a strong woman despite obstacles. My mom,
Okay,
because she
hold
taught
on,
me.
Joanna. She wants to call in.
okay.
So
There you
she,
go. From the
Thank
horse's
you.
mouth.
Save me.
Yeah, I figured y'all didn't want to
Hey,
read
Ace.
that.
what's going on? What's popping?
Y'all look
And
at that and go, "What?
I was not a baby
Can we
kid,
play
Ace man.
popcorn? Let's pass the mic. Let's play popcorn on
What's
this."
popping? Welcome to the podcast.
Oh, thank you. Yes, definitely no relation. I did not know that there was another female that went by Ace, so that is totally awesome
Hell
that you have a
yeah.
sister.
Hmm.
Uh, no, easiest way, my influencers, my nana, because she taught me how to be strong despite all obstacles put in my way, being an Italian woman that came from overseas.
Hmm.
My mom, because she taught me who I don't want to be, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. Love my mom to death, but she taught me who I don't want to be. And then I don't have no celebs like y'all. I don't follow celebs like that. But I will always give them all mad props because they making money doing what they love, whether I like it or appreciate it or not.
See,
There you
and that's
go.
why I
I
said
respect
what.
that.
That's why I said my motive, like, and she hit that on the head because that's the same way with me and Jay, with my influence, like as far as the celebrities being Jay and Nick Cannon, because they doing what they love. And it took me a little minute to figure out that this is what I wanted to do, like as far as podcast wise, because I hate hearing my own voice back. So it took me a minute to figure it out, and it was just like, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. I feel like this is my passion. This is what I want to do.
So you
And
hear your own voice now?
no,
He's saying
Oh.
when he go back and listen to it.
Oh,
like
and listen to it.
the playback,
Oh, I
yeah,
got you.
yeah, like the playback,
So,
like I,
opposed to you, you like hearing your voice, right?
I don't know. I
Oh,
was just saying I got headphones on. I never hear my voice. I don't do the playbacks or anything. I just rant.
well,
You know what I do.
I got a microphone. Well, I got a microphone, and then I got my headphones on too. So
But
like,
since
I
you
can't.
jump back on that point, I was when you brought that point up, I do hate like I record, I rap and stuff like that, and I'm still in the stage of like getting comfortable with hearing my voice because I'd be like, oh man, I don't like it. Other people may, you know what I'm saying, catch it and be like it's cool, but I don't know if I'm being a perfectionist or something like that. But when I hear it back, it kind of scared me. So I'm trying to just find that right tone, that right pitch, so I could be more satisfied with my work before I really like put it out there.
I'm gonna tell
That's like
y'all
me.
who
That's why
the
I ain't got no live up because of that reason.
yeah. I'm gonna tell y'all who made me like I ain't gonna say who made me, but who really had an impact on me to really wanna do this podcast thing. It's two people. And like I know I said Jay and Nick, but like these are two people that I actually talked to and like didn't even know that I was really gonna talk to them. Angela Yee from the Breakfast Club and Monica, the
Monica?
singer. Yeah, the
Okay.
Monica, the singer. Because I was on the she did a radio station down here where her album came out, Cold Red. And she was like the chick on the radio was just like, yo, Pound 98, you wanna call in or whatever? Got there and talked to Monica. Called in. She was like, this is what Monica said. I'm just gonna tell y'all what she said. She said, when I was like, yo, what's going on? She was like, yo, who this with this sexy voice that's talking to me right now? I gotta meet you. Come to DTLR. So came to DTLR.
Downtown locker room.
Nah, that's a
I
clothing
mean,
store.
it's alright. It ain't all
Yeah,
that.
know what I mean? Know what I mean? So she was promoting her album down there. So like I came down there, we had a conversation or whatever, and like the conversation that she gave me when I told her that this is what I wanted to do, she was like, "Yo, you got a voice for this. You need to go ahead and do it." So Monica is one of them, and then Angela Yee. Angela Yee was the one that told me too. Hey, don't act like that. You can come back. I ain't. You always got to. Everybody has an input. If you want to talk, I mean, just come on. She said no. Okay, whatever. But yeah, those are my Angela Yee
Wait,
and
what's the last
Monica.
one? You said you had one more.
Angela Yee and Monica.
No, I'm saying the last, to close it out.
Oh, the topic. My bad. Uh, and I'm gonna save that last. I'm gonna definitely save that one for 8 o'clock. Make sure y'all come back at 8 because I'll be back on here.
Most
Um,
definitely.
the last one. What motivates you every day to follow your dreams?
Go ahead. You want to go first, Sue?
East.
Yeah, my stomach growling. You see, I'm over here eating cheeses right now. So I gotta stay motivated because you know what I'm saying. If I don't, I'm gonna be
East Coast
hungry.
time. East Coast time is 8 o'clock. What motivates you to follow your dreams would be the last topic. And then I'll be back on
Well,
here at 8.
me, it's gonna be nice, quick, and short. My motivation will and always will be my children.
Mm-hmm.
Due to the fact that I want them to evolve in the world, and I want to set that platform to where they don't have to struggle as much as I did growing up.
Yeah.
So that's why I try my best to practice what I preach. As in, when you say like parents be saying, "Oh, go to college," but they don't have a college degree. Like this is all the steps I'm taking to be a good influencer and to inspire not only myself but others and my children to do. Like my mom did it, so I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
I just told you food.
Oh, Ace, you trying to come for me?
What?
Children is a
Children
great.
is a great motivator,
What's
but
your
before your
motivation?
kids. Hey, I like you,
Yeah.
man.
yo, hey, you gotta come back at 8 o'clock East Coast time. I fuck with you a lot. I like that, and I'm gonna have to tell my sister that you
What's
got
my
her too.
Who
motivation?
said they ain't gonna curd in front of their face if she coming? Who said that? I ain't say that. Hold up. I ain't say no damn curd. I don't like healthy food. A steak or something like that. A curd ain't gonna do nothing. I'm still gonna be hungry.
Yeah,
Okay, that's
Carrot
more.
ain't gonna
That's
do
more better.
shit. Carrot ain't gonna do nothing. Me, my motivation. Uh, I don't have any kids, so yeah.
I could dig
Uh,
it.
it would have. I want some, but I would have to say, um,
Can I? While you thinking, I'm gonna say something real quick. I'm sorry. Food. I'm not taking away my food thing, but another thing that keeps me motivated is my legacy. You know what I'm saying? When you hear about the greats and stuff like that, like you're here and you're put on earth for a reason. You know what I'm saying? After that, you read about a lot of stories that Dr. Martin Luther King, all people that came before that dedicated their life to something to be remembered. Like what motivates me is dedicating myself and putting my time into something that has the potential to have me be remembered for generations after I'm gone. So that's motivation.
Peace, God. That's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. You just, what you made me reflect a little bit, Ace, while you trying to get yourself together. Yes. You know, well, now that I know, like, what motivates me is the fact that I want to educate myself so I could be able to educate others, in a good way. And, like, a lot of people lack resources. I'm all for helping people. Like, this is what I like to do. So if I could educate myself and get to a place where I could help others, that's the motivation I want to give out to the world and leave, like you said, to leave something behind so they can say, well, Joanna was this type of person and she did this.
yeah. No, I could dig it, Joanna. You gonna be the you listen to the Joe Button podcast?
The what?
The Joe Button podcast? Do you listen to it?
Oh
Is
no
it on
no no!
YouTube?
Yeah.
I saw something
I
on
like Joe
YouTube.
Button though. I like Joe
He
Button.
interviewed Lil Baby and shit.
He got somebody on his podcast named Maul, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna tell you, you gonna be the you if you gonna become a regular. If you become a regular on this, and
Mm-hmm.
you gonna be the Maul of this podcast, the female Maul. You just be yeah. You got to go back and listen to them talk, and you will understand why I say that. I'm not gonna say it on air,
Who
but
you talking
yeah,
about?
Joanna.
It's
Okay.
Johanna. Okay, correct yourself,
Johanna.
brother.
I'm
Johanna.
sorry,
Johanna.
Johanna. Oh, okay, I got you. My bad. My biggest influence, and then this is gonna be the closer.
Alrighty.
I gotta be, yeah. Uh, since I don't have no kids, I would have to say the legacy that I'm gonna leave. Yeah, I had to piggyback off of Sue and say my legacy. Because I see a brighter picture, and I see great things for what my kids and my kids is gonna have. I feel, and the Queen Bee said on on that Carter album that her kids gonna be straight. So yeah, I
Facts.
gotta I gotta make sure the kids is gonna be good. So yeah, that was it for the this edition of the Hayes and Ace podcast. Be back at 8 o'clock.
It was nice
Joanna,
talking to you, bro. Thank you, thank you.
subscribe, YouTube,
YouTube,
Spotify,
you said is the what? The Hayes and it's the same name, right?
the Hayes and Ace podcast. Yes.
Great show. See, hey Sue, I'm gonna catch up with you when you going live, man. All
Yeah.
right,
Hey,
definitely,
so
definitely.
Joanna, whenever you go live, let me. I'm following your podcast. Yeah, damn. If you ever want to do a mashup, a little interview joint with me, whatever you want to talk about, we could get it popping. It's whatever.
Definitely, definitely. Have a nice day. I'll see you at 8 o'clock. I'll be around.
I got you. I got you. I got you.
All right.
All right, one. See y'all later.